Hi there. As you may know, fighting games is my favorite genre. It's filled with fabulous characters with amazing designs and a great gameplay. So, in this little episode, I bring you my top 5 of female fighting game characters. Why a top 5 of females? Because it's a little easier. Even when there's as much variety of them as the male fighters, female characters are still a relative minority, rounding up to one-third or one-fourth of the roster of most games. So it's easier for me to pick my favorites. I want to make clear that this is a personal list of my favorites. I don't mean like they are the best or most important of all. Chun-Li, for example, when it comes to her design, personality, and concept, I consider her the most important female character in video game history, and not only in fighting games, but in all gaming. Even though I didn't fall in love with her gameplay as much as the others I'm gonna mention here, so she is out of my top 5. But enough explanations, I'm gonna start my top 5 right now. And in 5th place, we have Liu Li from Xuando Shiwang, also known as King of Combat. Aside of her being really pleasant, in fact I really like her voice, this exorcist has a wide variety of tricks based on her mystical powers, that goes from a projectile that you can charge and cancel and is perfect to juggle the opponent, a 3-chain combo that may end with an overhead or a wire attack that bounces the opponent, and a lot of more tricks. She has a little of everything. She can straight up dodge attacks. She also has command throws that seal the opponent's moves. She can reflect projectiles with this barrier attack, and some more tricks like this anti-air torch attack, and she can even make the opponent explode on the ground after a throw. Liu Li definitely has one of the most entertaining repertory of moves, and also I really like the visual effects of her magic powers. The only reason I put her so low in this list is that her video game is no longer available. But anyway, Liu Li was definitely one of my favorite characters from Xuandu Shiwa.
KO! Winner!
4th place goes to one of my favorite Street Fighter characters, Ibuki. She is here in part for being an anomaly, a female character that's very little sexualized, except for those openings on her pants, but that's almost nothing. Ibuki is a serious fighter with the personality of a normal girl, but she's also a master of ninjutsu arts. Something I love of her is that she has 6 special moves, when most characters have only 5. Not only her open palm attacks, but also a variety of tricks that were quite innovative back then. From the projectiles she can only shoot in midair, to the triple kick combos that are useful for the mix-up, these weird flying kicks, and more than all, this very unique dash attack where she slides to break her opponent's neck. And on the most impressive side, her very masterful usage of ki. Ibuki is a character that's still very much relevant. She got a change of outfit for Street Fighter V, where she got her schoolgirl uniform, which I don't like that much, but she also got new moves, like the usage of new ninja weapons, including this giant ninja star, as well as the bomb attacks. And I love that in this fighting game series, where we have had so many very dubious ninja characters, the most awesome and representative character of this very traditional style is Ibuki. Then we reach number 3. The King of Fighters series may very well boast of having the highest amount of interesting female characters, and number 3 goes to a character I just can't stop picking in every game she appears in. And I'm talking about Blue Mary. This woman detective that appeared for the first time in Fatal Fury has a very unique gameplay. Even when maybe we could describe her in the beginnings as a Kami that had show follow-ups to her specials, she has much more than that. Of course, these bone-breaking attacks are quite satisfying and fun to do, but she also has some other of my most well-liked specials, like dodges that may be followed up by throws and reversal attacks. And even when she has a different moveset in every game, with some specials that come and go, for me the essential moveset of hers is an offer that's very hard to reject. As for her super move, she has a little of everything, including this weird running attack with successive strikes, an anti-air that ends up becoming a throw, and the favorite of mine, this super throw with the visual effect of a blooming rose. As of her character design, I can say that much, but she is very charismatic, and it's always a pleasure to pick her and start breaking bones over and over. Even when she was, sadly, kind of absent from the series for some years, on KOF 12, 13, and 14, she ended up arriving as a DLC to the latter, as well as KOF 15 to continue the tradition. In the 2nd place, also from KOF, here comes another deluxe fighter, and I'm talking about
Come on!
King, that hailed from the Art of Fighting game series. King is a very special character to me, both from her design and personality perspective, as well as for her gameplay. Her fighting style is based on Muay Thai and also includes very particular elements. When it comes to kicking, King is never left behind. She has a huge variety of specials, including these kicks where she runs forward, the tornado kick and its different variations, and some things that had never been seen before up to that point, like these double strike projectiles, the trap shot where she retreats and traps the opponent, and I can even start with her super moves, that include one of my all-time favorites in all fighting games, that is the illusion dance. She jumps back, then forward, and then a devastating combo. Very fun to execute. Then they tried to change her a bit a couple times, starting from KOF 2003 when they gave her these saga-style projectiles at different heights, and later reverting too much to a simple and basic moveset from KOF 13 onwards. And these changes weren't half bad, but for me I definitely prefer the classic King from 96 to 2002. But whatever moveset she's giving, something that always stands out from King is her concept and design on itself. With that bartender attire, no other girl rocks in this genre of games. And we've finally reached the very top spot. And if you think you can guess it, prepare yourself to be surprised, because first place goes to a fighter from Guilty Gear, and I'm talking about Baiken. Baiken is, along Mai and ENG, the only survivor of the people of Japan in this futuristic story of Guilty Gear. She survived the last war of this nation, where she was not only left orphaned, but also lost an arm and an eye, as well as being left off with deep, both physical and emotional scars. Unlike the other characters from this list, she started out as a secret, completely hidden character, so unlocking her and being able to use her was a complete privilege. Baiken embodies all the samurai spirit from the Japanese culture. When it comes to female characters, she is quite a rarity, because she not only fights in a completely traditional fighting style, but she also has a cold, tough, and completely hardened personality. And even when I've been putting emphasis on the special moves of the characters, Viking's case is very special, since I was captivated at first by the features and animations of her normal moves, as she performs sword techniques that can be very deceiving. She counts among her special moves this really unique projectile that she shoots from her foot, and also when it's performed in midair, it falls directly below. Of course, her scorpion-like hook claw attack, as well as some other tricks under her sleeves, literally. But the most interesting feature of this character is her situational attacks that she can perform when she is blocking or running, and they make you keep on reading the opponent to be able to counter their attacks. Among these reaction moves, she has this storm of petals with her katana. She can even run behind the opponent or seal their moves with a force break. Bottom line, for me, Baiken is a complete extravaganza that in the Guilty Gear games forces you to play in a very unique and particular way that you can find in any other fighting game character. And it's all these unique features what for me makes Viking a very special and addictive character to use, which takes her to the very first spot on my top 5. But just as there's a lot of fighting games, we have a huge array, lots and lots of female characters. I could keep going on and on, but I'd like to hear what you have to say. What's your personal top 5? Go to the comment section and tell me. This is all for now. Keep on fighting dreaming.